What is going on, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Mariners franchise here on MLB The Show 21. And to say the very least, this season has not gone the way that I planned for it to go. The Mariners are currently sitting at 5-17 on the season through 22 games, and now they begin a 3-game series with the Houston Astros, who are 14-7 and at the top of the AL West. Kyle Seager's still out with a fractured forearm, and he won't be playing in this game. So again, honestly, probably the best batter on the team is not going to be out here for the M's, as we are at Minute Maid Park here in Houston, Texas, and Seattle's just looking to get a win at this point. I mean, 5-17 is not where you want to be 22 games into the season. Starting for the Astros is Zack Greinke, who is 3-0 on the year. Sam Haggerty getting the start for Kyle Seager here, facing a 0-1 pitch, and he's going to hit this just outside of the infield for the first out of the game. So Seattle looking to get something going here as J.P. Crawford, who's hitting .246 on the season now. Bit of an improvement from early on in the year, but still hoping to get more out of him, as he's going to ground out on the first pitch, as Greinke's going to get the flip and step on the bag for the second out. Up next for the M's is Kyle Lewis, and he faces the first pitch here, and he's going to hit this one into the center field gap, and that will be a base hit, a perfect hit there. You don't see me getting too many of those. Kind of going through the fourth wall once again. Now Mitchy hand grenades out here, and Hannigar going to get this one to be a base hit as it gets down into right field. So 2 men on base now as Ty France, the designated hitter, is up the plate now. He's not having a great season, and he's going to pop this one up, actually. And the side will be retired as Hannigar and Lewis are both left on base. 2 hits for the Mariners in the first inning, but it remains 0-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. So Justice Sheffield getting the start for the Mariners in this one. 4 starts, and he's 0-2. Giving up a 5.95 ERA through 19 and 2 innings. And out here, the leadoff for the Astros is Jose Altuve, who honestly is probably one of the more hated players in this league because of all the cheating that they've done. And on the 0-0 pitch, Altuve going to hit this into left field. Jose Marmalejos is going to get underneath that one, as it's just short of the warning track. And we're 1 down in the bottom of the first. Next up to bat for the Astros is Miles Shaw, the center fielder. 0-2 pitch, and that's a little high, and he swings at the four-seam fastball for the second out of the inning. Sheffield looking pretty good so far. Now Yordan Alvarez up next. He's hitting .240 on the season. 2-2 pitch, and he's going to swing at that one. And that's 3 up, 3 down for the Astros. As now I'm kind of confused as how Justice Sheffield has been so bad this season. But up next, leading off for the Mariners, is Jose Marmalejos, the left fielder. He hasn't had a great season, and it's going to continue here as he pops that one up. And that'll be caught for the first out of the second. Up next for the M's is going to be Dylan Moore, the second baseman. He's been ice cold so far this season. 151 is his batting average. He's going to get a big hit here, and that is actually going to be gone. So Dylan Moore has been struggling all season, but he gets his second homer of the year, and that'll put the Mariners up 1-0. Hell of a hit. I mean, that was just a perfect swing there, and it was gone like a girl in a country song. As my boy Nitro Drive says, I really got to come up with more material that's original and not just stealing from my friends. But we ain't talking about that right now. Evan White up next. He's going to swing at that slider. It was all the way out there. Just a little impatient there as Greinke gets his first strikeout of the game. So 2 down in the top of the second. Tom Murphy, the catcher, up next. He's going to hit this one. It is a perfect hit, and that is going to be a big-time base hit. It'll be a double, as a matter of fact, for Murphy. So now we go back to the beginning of the rotation for the M's. Sam Haggerty back out, facing an 0-2 pitch here as Greinke looks to recover from the homer, and Haggerty is going to pop this one into right field, and that'll be caught for the final out of the inning. But a big-time home run by Dylan Moore puts the Mariners up 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the second. Leading off for the Astros, Alex Bregman, another man who is very much hated around the league because of all the cheating that the Astros do. But he's having a pretty good season. He's hitting .282, probably cheating, and I promise you, that was a complete accident. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Carlos Correa up next, and he's going to hit this one into center field, and that'll get Bregman to second. So now the Astros in position to tie this one up with no outs in the bottom of the second. Runners on first and second. And Correa, I guess is how you say his name. I totally butchered that. Strikes out. Kyle Tucker up next. And he's going to get walked. So now Sheffield has the bases loaded. Martin Maldonado, he's hitting .321 on the season, but he's going to pop this one up. And Hannigar going to get underneath that one. And he's going to quickly get it to Murphy to make sure nobody tries to do anything funny here. Up next is Aledmus Diaz, and he's going to bounce that to second base, and Dylan Moore going to flip that over to Evan White for the final out. So the Mariners luckily get out of that jam with the bases loaded and keep their 1-0 lead heading into the third. Now J.P. Crawford going to lead off, and he's going to swing at that one, but it hits the ground, so he has a chance to get the first, but he is going to be out. So next up is going to be Kyle Lewis, who's 1 for 1 so far. He got a single early on, and he's going to check that one. He should have swung all the way. That's going to be the third strikeout of the game for Greinke. And now Mitch Hannigar going to hit that left side, but Carlos Correa gets on it, and he's going to flip it to Gurriel, who's going to tag Hannigar out right before he can get to first, and that'll end the inning. So now we go to the bottom of the third. Jose Altuve leading off for the Astros, facing a 2-2 pitch. And he's going to bounce that right side. It goes right by the glove of Evan White. And that'll be a single for the Astros. So now Jordan Alvarez up next. Now 45 pitches through 3 innings. And Alvarez going to strike out there. So up next is Alex Bregman, as Sheffield has 4 strikeouts so far. And that's going to walk Bregman. So now Carlos Correa up next with runners on first and second. He's trying to get the Astros back into this game, and he's going to hit that one up center field, and that is going to bring Altuve home. So we are tied at 1 apiece, as now up to the plate is Yuli Gurriel, who's had 6 runs in the past 8 games, but he's going to strike out here. So Sheffield doesn't allow any more damage to occur, and we go to the 4th inning now with a score 1-1. So now heading into the 4th, we have Ty France leading off for the M's. And Greinke's still going strong. Only pitched 29 pitches so far. And France going to pop this one into right field. And that one is going to get caught just short of the fence by Kyle Tucker. So now Jose Marmalejos up next for the M's. And he looks to get something going here. He's going to hit that one. Line drive into left field. That'll be a base hit for Marmalejos. A perfect hit there for him. Next up for the M's is going to be Dylan Moore, of course, who had the home run early on. But this time he's going to ground it to Correa, and this will be a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So tough luck there for the M's, who are looking to get the lead back here. But it remains 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Leading off for the Astros is Kyle Tucker, facing a 2-1 pitch from Sheffield. He's going to pop this one up into right center field, and it's going to be caught for the first out. So up next is Martin Maldonado. 1-2 pitch here, and he's going to hit that left side, and that's going to go right past the glove of Haggerty, and that's going to turn into a double. So now the Astros in position to take the lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Mariners really starting to suffer defensively, as Diaz is up next. He's going to pop that into center field. Kyle Lewis going to get underneath of that one. And that'll be the second out as Maldonado goes back to second. And next up, Jose Altuve facing a 3-2. He's going to pop that one up. Moore going to get on that one and flip it to White for the final out of the inning. So we are still tied at 1 despite a little bit of trouble there for the M's. So now top of the 5th, Evan White leading off, facing an 0-2 pitch. And he's going to pop that one up into center field. And that's easy pickings for Miles Straw, as that'll be one away in the top of the 5th. So next up for the M's is Tom Murphy to round out the rotation. He had a base hit last time out, and he's going to strike out this time as a four-seam fastball dives on him. Only 4 balls in this game, as that kind of just shows you how impatient I am, as that's another strikeout. As we go to the bottom of the 5th now, Miles Straw going to ground this one over the Moore, who's going to flip it to White for the first out. Up next for the Astros is Jordan Alvarez, who's had very little success so far today. 0 for 2 in the game. And here's the first pitch of the at-bat. He's going to pop that one up to right field, and Hannigar going to get it for the second out. So now next up, Alex Bregman, having some success so far in this game. First pitch, he's going to hit that. The third, Haggerty gets it. And he'll flip it to White for the final out of the inning. So still a 1-1 tie heading into the 6th. And J.P. Crawford going to lead off for the M's here. Greinke still going strong. He hasn't had to pitch a whole lot just because of my impatience. And what a grab there by Alex Bregman for the first out of the 6th. But yeah, I just have to be a lot more patient in this game if I'm being completely honest. And here's Kyle Lewis. He's going to hit that in the left field, and that'll get down for a base hit right in front of Diaz. So maybe the M's can turn this into something. Hannigar up next, as Greinke now approaching 50 pitches so far in this game, or is now at 50 pitches. But Hannigar going to hit it right to Carlos Correa, and he catches it for the out. So no double play there. And next up is Ty France, trying to get a run on the board, and he's going to ground this one to Correa, and he'll flip it to first for the easy out. So now 1 man left on base there in the top of the 6th for the M's. Up next, Carlos Correa leading off for the Astros. He's had a pretty good game so far, but this time he's going to bounce it to Haggerty, and that will be the first out of the inning. So next up is going to be Yuli Gurriel, who's 0 for 2 so far in this game. And Sheffield looks to get him out again here. But this time he's going to pop it up into right center field. And Kyle Lewis, the athleticism, put on full display there, gets the out. But now Justice Sheffield having a little trouble here as he walks Kyle Tucker. It's a 4-pitch walk. And now the M's have to make a decision here. Sheffield is getting visibly tired. He's pitched 89 pitches so far in this game. And it might be time to pull him very, very soon, as Martin Maldonado up to the plate, facing a 3-2 pitch. And I don't know, you probably could have made a case for that to be an out, but instead it's called a walk. So James Paxton, who's taken out of the starting rotation after early struggles this season, comes out to relieve Sheffield. And he's going to get the strikeout, getting Diaz out. And the Mariners escape trouble once again after 2 walks by Sheffield. And we'll head to the 7th in just a moment. Leading off in the 7th inning for the Mariners is Jose Marmalejos. And he's going to pop that one up. And it's an easy catch there for Greinke. And that'll be the first out of the 7th. So now Dylan Moore up next. And he's going to hit this one down the left field foul line. And that'll be a base hit as Bregman couldn't get there. And good hit for Moore, who's having a pretty good game so far. Now Evan White facing a 2-0 pitch. And he's going to hit this one deep into right field. And it is going to be caught for the out by Kyle Tucker. So 2 outs for the M's so far. Tom Murphy swings way too early. He just got really impatient there. And that'll end the top of the 7th. As we go to the bottom now, Jose Altuve leading off, facing a 2-2 pitch from Paxton. And he's going to strike out. So James Paxton might not be a starter for the time being, but he's doing pretty well in relief right here. Next up is Miles Straw, and he's going to hit this one into right field. Hannigar can't get it, however, and that'll be a base hit. Just couldn't make the grab there. Next up is Jordan Alvarez facing a 1-2 pitch. And he's going to hit that right to Evan Moore. He steps on the bag. Can't flip it to second, however. But now 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd. Carlos Correa facing a 3-0 pitch here. And that's going to be a walk. So now runners on 1st and 2nd for the M's, as Paxton's really struggling here. So Brandon Brennan comes in. And he's been up and down so far this season. But this time he's going to help the M's get an out here, as that one's popped up into infield. And now Sam Haggerty looking to finally get a hit in this one. He's 0 for 3 so far. And he's going to pop this one in the left field. And it's actually going to be foul, but it's caught by Bregman for the first out of the top of the 8th. So next up for the M's is J.P. Crawford. He also is not having a whole lot of luck today. Jake Odorizzi is now the pitcher for the Astros, by the way. And Crawford thrown out at first. So Kyle Lewis, who's had a pretty good game so far in this one, facing a 2-2 pitch. Can he get something going for the M's? Yes, he can. He's going to hit that. And that is going to go over the fence for the second home run of the game for the Mariners. Kyle Lewis showing why he won Rookie of the Year last season with his 4th homer of the season. So now the Mariners have a 2-1 lead heading into the home stretch of the game. Can they finish this one off, and can I finally get my first user win of the series? We'll have to see, but I mean, Kyle Lewis has got all of this one. And that one left the park just like she left me. That was a little too dark. I'm gonna have to work on that. Next up is Mitch Hannigar, though. 1 of 3 so far in this game, facing an 0-2 pitch. And he's going to ground that one over to second. And just barely misses out getting on the bag. That'll retire the side. But Kyle Lewis coming up clutch with that huge homer to put the Mariners up 2-1. So Yuli Gurriel is just not having a very good game for the Astros so far. Facing a 3-2 pitch from Brandon Brennan, and he gets frozen up, and that is an out. He thought it was a walk for some reason. That was a clear as day out, however. And this one from Kyle Tucker going to be grounded for the second out. And now Martin Maldonado trying to get something going for the Astros so it doesn't come down to the 9th inning. He's going to strike out, though, on the slider, and that'll retire the side. And now we go to the 9th inning. Can the M's close this one out? Ty France going to ground this one to Correa, and he's going to flip it for the first out of the top of the 9th. So the M's looking to get something going here. Marmalejos up next. 1 of 3 so far in this game. And he's going to hit this one right side, and that'll be a base hit. He could actually probably have tried for second, but I don't know if he had the speed to get there, though. So probably best that he keeps that a single. Dylan Moore up next, facing an 0-1 pitch, and he's going to ground that one. The third, Bregman going to flip the second, and that is a 5-4-3 double play. And now it's time for the bottom of the 9th. Can the M's close this out? We'll have to see, as Ken Giles, 5 of 6 on save opportunities so far, and he's 0-1 as well. Can he finish this one off? We'll have to see. Aledmus Diaz up first. That's going to be a walk. So the tying run now on first base, thanks to Giles walking in. Jose Altuve up next, facing a 1-2 pitch. And Giles going to get him the swing on the slider. That's one down. So now Miles Straw, he's 1 for 4 in this game. 1-0 pitch. He's going to pop this one up. And J.P. Crawford going to get on it for the second out. And now it comes down to this. Ken Giles starting to get a little bit tired. Jordan Alvarez up next. He's going to hit this one. Goes right by Evan White. That's going to be an E3. So now the Astros have a runner on third. The Mariners in a lot of trouble right here, as Alex Bregman is up next. Ross Adolph going to come out and pinch run at first. But now 2-2 pitch for Giles. And Bregman swings on the slider and misses. And that is your ball game. The Mariners win this one 2-1 over the Houston Astros. And I get my first victory in MLB The Show 21. What a game this was. I mean, that was really, really tense down at the end of it. But Giles able to get the save. And Brandon Brennan going to get the win, his second win of the season. Odorizzi gets the loss for the Astros. What a performance this was for the Mariners. 2 runs, 9 hits, and of course the error in the 9th. Kyle Lewis, the player of the game. He was 3 of 4 with a home run and an RBI and a run as well. But man, I'm just so glad to finally get off the schneid and actually win a game. Justice Sheffield, in 5 and 2 innings, he gave up 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, and 4 walks. But he also had 5 strikeouts in this one as well. So he didn't get a decision, of course, because it was tied when he left the game. But Brandon Brennan able to pick up the victory after just pitching 1 innings. And rough loss here for the Astros. Carlos Correa was probably their best player of the game, as he had 2 hits and their lone RBI in this one. 3 strikeouts for Yuli Gurriel, so he definitely didn't play very well in this one. And in 7 innings pitched, Zach Greinke gave up 7 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, and 6 strikeouts, and no walks. So Marco Gonzalez is now healthy for the M's as we simulate all the way to May 11th, where we'll take on the Los Angeles Dodgers. And Mariners are still losing a bunch of games, so that World Series guarantee is just going down the drain. Up next, James Paxton will look to get his first victory of the season as he battles Clayton Kershaw. And you look at the M's, they're 15 games back in the AL West, and they're definitely one of the worst teams in the league right now. So going to the World Series is probably just not going to happen this year. But hey, maybe we can turn it around and at least make it to a wild card. That's the goal right now. So if you guys are enjoying this series, then make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that sub button if you're new as well. Also turn your notifications on to join the notification gang. That way every time I upload a video, you guys will be notified. We will keep it rolling here on Cat's Crate Gaming. And if you want to see more from the channel, check out the playlist in front of you.